Everybody else knew the train, which city to run toward, which version of themselves they were meant to become. I kept missing exits on purpose, staying longer than I planned, changing my mind halfway through a life I couldn't describe. Still somewhere under the noise, my heart left little signs, breadcrumbs in the dark, breadcrumbs in the dark. Maybe I don't need a perfect map, maybe that's never how it works. Maybe the road unfolds when my feet touch it first. So I'll keep moving, even if it's slow. I didn't come this far to be someone else's dream. I'm still finding mine, and that feels enough tonight. I used to think courage was running fast and certain, never back. Now it looks like showing up when nothing changed at all, like carrying hope without proof, like one more line on the page when nobody's waiting to read it. Still I write it anyway, and maybe that's the whole thing, the way you learn to trust. A little breath, a little step, a little stubborn heart. Maybe I don't need a perfect map, maybe that's never how it works. Maybe the stars appear when daylight finally lets go. So I'll keep moving, even if it's quiet. The dream is still breathing. So am I tonight, that's reason enough to keep the porch light on. One day I might stand somewhere beautiful and realize I arrived, but I don't think that's the part that I'll hold the longest. That it'll be the gas station coffee, the wrong turns in the rain, the songs I sang to empty rooms, and choosing to believe again. Maybe I don't need a perfect map, maybe that's never how it works. Maybe the road unfolds when my feet touch it first. So I'll keep moving, even if it's slow. I didn't come this far to be someone else's dream. I'm still finding mine, and somehow that feels enough. I'm still finding mine, and somehow that feels enough. The sky isn't asking me to hurry, the horizon doesn't keep score, and for the first time, neither do I. I'll get there like rivers, find the ocean, not all at once, but faithfully.
Mom said, call me when you get there, like every road could circle home. I laughed through my bags in the backseat, turned the key, watched the block go slow. The radio kept fading out, so did my confidence. Past the county line, the sky got bigger, and so did the questions. But I kept driving, kept driving, kept driving. kept driving. There were apartments with paper walls. I heard strangers living their lives. Jobs that lasted one hard season. Friendships gone before winter arrived. A few heartbreaks, a few miracles, 1,000 tiny scenes. Nobody puts them in a movie, but they changed everything. And I kept going, I kept going, I kept going. Through the almost and the misses, through the nights I almost turned around. Every dream worth having lived just beyond certainty. And every version I loved was waiting past the fear. Sometimes success looks smaller than people say it should. Maybe it's laughing in your own kitchen after a year that nearly broke you. Maybe it's waking up and knowing your own face again. Maybe pieces in the unfinished. Maybe that's enough. But I kept driving, I kept driving, I kept driving. Something in me felt alive, too alive to stay the same. The world wasn't calling my name, still I followed that feeling, like it knew something I didn't. I kept driving. The porch light is probably still on. Home still exists, but so does this road. And tonight, under that endless sky, I'm grateful I didn't stay parked where I started.
I wrote my plans on receipt bags in that coffee shop before midnight hit. Strangers ran past like they knew the way. I drew my arrows beside the maybe. Some nights were huge, some barely breathed. Months of locked doors and crossed out me. But every morning before doubt spoke, something small pulled and I kept going. Not louder, just stronger than yesterday. Not perfect, just moving anyway. I followed that light, even as a spark. One step, then another across the dark. 100 wrong turns still led me here. I don't need the whole sky, just enough to steer. If the road changes names, I'll learn it again. I'm chasing the feeling. I was meant for this. Now when I look back, I don't count the loss, I count the nights I kept saying yes. Windows down, unfinished songs, talking to the dark like it knew my name. Not every dream hits like fire. Some wake up slow in a porch light line. One by one, the small lights arose, and somehow that was enough to go. Not louder, just stronger than yesterday. Not perfect, just moving anyway. I followed that light, even as a spark. One step, then another across the dark. 100 wrong turns still led me here. I don't need the whole sky, just enough to steer. If the road changes names, I'll learn it again. I'm chasing the feeling. I was meant for this. I remember the maybe later, the numbers, the deadlines. I remember driving with the windows down. I remember singing before I had proof. Funny how hope can learn to move. Not fireworks, not
then another one. I follow that light, even as a spark. One step, then another across the dark. 100 wrong turns still led me here. I don't need the whole sky, just enough to steer. If the road changes names, I'll learn it again. I'm chasing the feeling, I was meant for this. There's still a long way ahead. Good, I've got stories left to find. The horizon moves and so do I. Hope is enough for this mile tonight. I used to measure my life against people I barely knew. A girl from my hometown bought a house. Someone I followed online was standing on a stage I dreamed about for years. I was eating takeout in a tiny apartment, watching the microwave count down like it had somewhere important to be. Funny thing, the more I compared, the smaller my own story felt. Not behind, not late, right on time. Maybe this is my life, right on time, right on time. I'm right on time, right on time. The oak tree outside my building didn't rush into spring. It stood through every cold morning, every storm, every silent month when nothing looked different. Then one day, without asking permission, everything turned green. I think about that a lot. The roots were working when I couldn't see. Yeah. Not behind, not late, right on time. Maybe this is my life, right on time, right on time. I'm right on time, I'm right on time. There will always be somebody further ahead, a bigger crowd, a brighter spotlight. But there will never be another person living this exact sunset, this exact heartbeat, this exact chapter. And suddenly, it feels like winning. Not behind, not late, right on time. Maybe this is my life, right on time, right on time. I'm right on time, I'm right on time. The stars arrive slowly, nobody complains. The moon takes its place without apologizing. Maybe that's the secret, not proving, not chasing, just becoming. One beautiful day at a time.
When I was 17, I thought Thought by now I'd be somewhere obvious. A city skyline, a sold-out room, a photograph that made everybody back home say, see, we knew it. Instead I got receipts in my jacket pocket, 3 unfinished songs and a car that rattles every time I start it. Some days that's funny, some days it isn't, but it's still my favorite dream. After all these years, after all the almost, after all the psychedelic rock, blues rock, acid rock, classic rock that opened halfway and changed their minds, I'd choose it again. The long road, the uncertain ending, the beautiful mess of wanting something I can't quite touch yet. Last winter I almost packed it away, the notebooks, the late nights, the stubborn little hope that kept showing up. After every disappointment I even told myself maybe people grow out of dreams. Then I heard a melody while washing dishes, and there it was again, that feeling like an old friend pulling up a chair. So it's still my favorite dream, not because it's easy, not because it's close, just because when I imagine letting go, the world loses some of its color. And when I keep believing, even quietly, everything feels a little more alive. Maybe some dreams are destinations, maybe some are directions, a compass instead of a finish line. Maybe the point was never arriving, maybe the point was becoming someone who keeps looking toward the horizon. The night is settling in, the dashboard lights glow soft blue. There's no crowd, no grand finale, just this road, this song, and the version of me who never stopped caring. Honestly, that's enough to keep driving. I thought growing up would feel more like arriving, a clear address, a final version, a door with my name on it. Instead it feels like train stations at midnight, half-packed suitcases, phone batteries running low, and conversations that stay with you longer than the people do. The funny part is I used to be afraid of that. Now I'm learning to love the spaces between the almost, the maybes. Leave the page open, leave the page open, 'cause every beautiful thing I found was hiding where I never planned to go. If tomorrow is still unwritten, leave the page open. Last summer I got lost outside of town. I can't even remember the name, and no signal, no directions, just miles of open fields glowing gold beneath the evening sky. Standing there for the first time in months, I wasn't worried about the future, I was just there breathing, watching the light change. Maybe life isn't asking me to have all the answers. Now learning to love spaces between the almost, the maybes. Leave the page open, leave the page open. 'Cause every beautiful thing I found was hiding where I never planned to go. If tomorrow is still unwritten, leave the page open. I know there will be hard seasons, empty rooms, long waits, dreams that take longer than they should. But every story I've ever loved needed a chapter like this. Maybe this is mine. Now I'm learning to love the spaces between the almost, the maybes. Leave the page open, leave the page open. 'Cause every beautiful thing I found was hiding where I never planned to go. If tomorrow is still unwritten, leave the page open. The stars are appearing one by one, not rushing, not competing, just becoming visible when the time is right. And somehow it's teaching me everything I need to know. Found an old picture buried in a drawer last night. A crooked smile, untied shoes, a cheap guitar, almost bigger than my body. I remember that afternoon, the grass stains, the summer heat, the way I talked about the future like it was already waiting for me. Back then everything felt possible, not because I knew anything, because I didn't. And I wonder, what would that kid say if we met halfway? Would they laugh? Would they stay? What would they say? Would they ask why it took so long? Would they smile and know the fire's still on? I hope so. God, I hope so. Life got louder, bills, deadlines, heartbreak, 1,000 little worries nobody mentions when you're young. Somewhere along the way I stopped looking up so much, started checking clocks, checking numbers, checking everyone else's progress, as if happiness was hiding inside a scoreboard, inside a score, inside a score. But that kid never cared about any of that. They just wanted to sing and build castles out of impossible plans, to stay awake, imagining what the world might look like someday, someday. Still looking, and maybe that's the part I've been trying to find again. Not the dream, the dreamer, the dreamer. Maybe growing up isn't becoming someone new. Maybe it's returning, peeling away expectations one layer at a time until all that's left is the voice you've known forever. Quiet, patient, still calling your name. Calling your name. Calling your name. The photograph is back in the drawer, but something stayed with me. A reminder that success isn't always moving forward. Sometimes it's looking in the mirror and seeing that the kid who started all this never really left. And honestly, I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they didn't. Glad they didn't. I used to carry a list of all the things I thought I'd be. Teacher, writer, singer, something brave enough to make my hometown proud. Every year I cross one out, circle another, draw new arrows in the margins. The page got messy, so did I. Maybe that's alright. Maybe life was never meant to stay inside the lines. Maybe every wrong turn was secretly teaching me a language I couldn't speak yet. I'm not lost, I'm just north of somewhere I haven't discovered. I'm not lost, I'm just north of somewhere. There was a season when everybody seemed certain. Wedding invitations, new job titles, 5-year plans. Meanwhile, I was changing my mind, like the weather changes in April. Part of me felt embarrassed, part of me felt free. Maybe that's alright. Maybe life was never meant to stay inside the lines. Maybe every wrong turn was secretly teaching me a language I couldn't speak yet. I'm not lost, I'm just north of somewhere I haven't discovered. I'm not lost, I'm just north of somewhere. The river doesn't apologize for taking a long way. The wind doesn't explain itself before it changes direction. Maybe we're allowed to evolve too. Maybe becoming isn't a straight line. Maybe it's a collection of beautiful detours. Maybe that's alright. Maybe life was never meant to stay inside the lines. Maybe every wrong turn was secretly teaching me a language I couldn't speak yet. I'm not lost, I'm just north of somewhere I haven't discovered. I'm not lost, I'm just north of somewhere. So here's to unfinished maps, to changing plans, to roads that don't show up until you're already on them. I don't know exactly where I'm headed, but the sky feels wide tonight. And for the first time, it sounds less like uncertainty and more like freedom.
met a stranger at a diner somewhere off Interstate 9. He asked where I was headed. I laughed and told him honestly, I'm figuring that out. He nodded like he'd heard it. Outside, that sign kept flickering. The coffee was cold in my hands, and somehow I wasn't scared of the dark. Maybe I'm not chasing a finish line. Maybe I'm not running out of time. Maybe I started just to see how far my heart can carry me. Just to see. There were years I thought every choice had to be the right one, like life was a test, and somebody kept the score. But every wrong turn opened a door I never saw before. Funny how the thing that broke the plan kept building the story. Maybe I'm not chasing a finish line. Maybe I'm not running out of time. Maybe I started just to see who I'd be with nobody telling me. Just to see. One day I might stand on a stage, or maybe I won't. I might end up somewhere I can't even name tonight. What matters is I won't stay frozen, won't stay parked at the edge of my own life. I'm done asking for a map when I already know the way. Maybe I'm not chasing a finish line. Maybe I'm not running out of time. Maybe I started just to see how far my heart can carry me. Just to see. The highway stays ahead, the radio runs low. 100 miles from certain, 1,000 from done. And somehow for the first time that feels exactly right, because I'm still here, still moving just to see.
Last Tuesday I was standing in the grocery store line, holding things I didn't really need, thinking about a life I hadn't started yet. The cashier asked how my day was. I said, pretty good, and maybe it was. But there was this little voice tapping on the inside of my chest, asking questions I kept pretending not to hear. The funny thing about dreams is they don't always shout. Sometimes they sit quietly at the edge of your day, waiting What if I go? What if I try? What if the thing that scares me most turns out to be the thing I love? I don't need guarantees, I don't need a perfect sign. I just don't wanna wake up someday too old to wonder why. While I'm answering emails, folding laundry, getting used to the comfortable version of my life, something in me keeps leaning forward until one evening I catch myself staring out the window for a little too long, and the room goes still, like it knows my name, like it knows I've been halfway leaving for days that pull that spark, that unfinished sentence inside my soul. I could ignore it, maybe forever. What if I go? What if I try? What if the thing that scares me most turns out to be the thing I love? I don't need guarantees, I don't need a perfect sign. I just don't wanna wake up someday too old to wonder why. Maybe I'll fail spectacularly. Maybe I'll change direction halfway through. Maybe nothing will happen the way I imagined. But I've learned that disappointment fades, regret stays loud, and I'd rather carry a story than a question mark. What if I go? What if I try? What if the thing that scares me most turns out to be the thing I love? I don't need guarantees, I don't need a perfect sign. I just don't wanna wake up someday too old to wonder why. The night air feels warm, the city lights blur past. Tomorrow isn't promised, neither is success. But this moment is here, this chance is here, and my heart is still pointing somewhere. I think that's reason enough to start. I spent years watching airplanes cross above the neighborhood, little silver lines sliding through the blue. I'd stop whatever I was doing just long enough to wonder where they were headed. Knew every street around here, every shortcut, every familiar face. But there was always part of me leaning toward the horizon. Maybe there's a bigger sky waiting past these county roads. Maybe there's a version of my life I haven't met yet. I'm packing up the questions, leaving room for wonder, and following the feeling that keeps knocking at my door. I don't know what's out there, that's exactly why I wanna go. My friends started building lives that look solid, steady jobs, backyard fences, Friday night routines.
Honestly, some of it looked beautiful, but every time I tried to picture forever, my heart kept drawing windows instead of walls. So if the road bends, let it bend. If the story changes, let it change. I wasn't made to memorize every answer before I begin. I was made to discover things, to lose my way sometimes, to stand somewhere unexpected and think, I'm glad I came. The ocean doesn't ask permission before it meets the shore. The sunrise doesn't wait until it's completely ready. Maybe life moves forward because it trusts itself. Maybe I can too. Maybe I can too. Tonight, the stars feel closer somehow. The world feels wider. And the future, for the first time in a long time, doesn't feel scary. It feels like an invitation. Yes, it does. And I think I'm finally ready to say yes. I used to leave a little space at the edge of every plan, for luck, for timing, for somebody to notice what I had. I thought one day the phone would ring, the door would open, and the stars would line up right. Nobody was coming. Nobody was coming, and that was freedom. That was freedom. Then one morning, sunlight on the kitchen floor, it hit me clean. Nobody was coming anymore. Not to save me, not to choose me, not to tell me I was ready. Every unfinished song belonged in my hands. Every chance, every wrist. Nobody was coming. Nobody was coming. And that was freedom. That was freedom. So I started saying yes before confidence arrived. Started moving first, then learning how to fly. Nobody was coming. Nobody was coming. And that was freedom. That was freedom. Maybe the world changes when you stop asking. Maybe the dream gets closer when you start walking. Maybe the hero was never someone else. Maybe the answer was waiting in myself. The phone still doesn't ring every day. Some doors stay closed, some plans fall apart, But I am no longer waiting for my life to begin. I became the person I've been waiting for.
I spent so much time waiting for my life to begin, waiting for the right city, the right moment, the right version of me. Like happiness was hiding somewhere past the next exit, just out of sight. And the seasons kept changing while I looked away. Leaves turned gold, snow melted, summer came and went, and I barely noticed. Then one afternoon I caught myself smiling. At the sunlight, at a song on the radio. Ordinary days were the ones I chased. The dream never arrived, wearing a spotlight. It showed up quietly in coffee with old friends, and laughing too hard, in finishing a song nobody asked me to write, and learning that joy doesn't always announce itself, it just sits beside you. Sometimes it waits right there beside you, soft as a breath, easy to miss, easy to miss. Then one were the ones I chased. Maybe success isn't a destination. Maybe it's paying attention. Maybe it's being awake enough to see it. Not years later. Now, so I was younger, I thought life would eventually settle, like snow inside a shaking globe, finally finding the ground. I thought there'd be a morning I'd wake up certain of who I was, certain of where I belonged, certain of what came next. But certainty keeps moving every time I get close enough to touch it. And maybe that's okay. Maybe the story isn't broken just because it's unfinished. Maybe there's beauty in the middle of becoming, in the halfway moments, the almost there days, the chapters without titles yet. Maybe life was never meant to be complete all at once. I've changed my mind more times than I can count. Changed my plans, changed my hair, changed the dreams I carried and the reasons I carried them. Some people call that confusion, I call it growing, 'cause every version of me left something valuable behind. So here's to the unanswered questions, the road still under construction, the hope still finding their shape. I don't need every piece to fit tonight, I just need enough faith to keep building, enough wonder to keep looking up. The moon is never embarrassed about showing only part of itself. The ocean doesn't wait until it's perfect to meet the shore. Everything beautiful in nature seems comfortable being a work in progress. Maybe I can learn from that. I don't have a final draft, I don't have a perfect ending, just a heart that's still curious, still open, still willing. And honestly, there's something beautiful about that. Halfway beautiful, still becoming.